Hello everyone, happy learning. In this video, we are going to discuss Java inheritance. This inheritance concept in Java. So first we should understand what is inheritance. Inheritance is a mechanism in Java in which one object acquires all the properties and behaviors of a behaviors of a parent class, behaviors of a parent object. So that means one object acquires all the properties and behaviors of a parent object. So here in Java everything is classes and object. So inheritance, that means new class from an existing class. That is new class from an existing class. So we are going to create new class. So what we are going to do, we are going to create a new class. That new class from an existing class. That means already one class is there. We call it as, so that is a base class, parent class or super class. So new class, that is we are going to create. We call it as child class, derived class or subclass. So new class that we are going to create, we call it as subclass or child class or derived class. So existing class, we call it as superclass or parent class or base class. These are all technical terms we are going to use. So in general, what do you mean by inheritance? We are going to inherit the properties of superclass in the subclass. We are going to inherit the properties and behavior of the parent class in the child class. So we are going to inherit the properties and behavior of base class in the derived class. So when we talk about inheritance, we have two classes. One is parent class, another one is child class. So what is the syntax to implement inheritance in Java? The keyword that we are going to use, keyword is extends keyword. We are going to use extends keyword. Then what is the syntax? We should have two classes. So I am going to create two class A, okay, class A. Then I am going to create one more class B. So now what we are going to do? We are going to use extends keyword, extends A. That means class A is parent class or super class or base class. This class B now becomes subclass. The previous one, if you look into this syntax, we have two classes, Java classes. I am going to use inheritance concept. I am going to implement inheritance. So how to use inheritance concept in Java? Using extends keyword. Now class B extends A. Now class A becomes parent class. class B becomes child class. So extends A. Why? Because this class B extends the properties and behavior of class A. This is the syntax. Now we are going to I'm going to show demo. Okay. So all are familiar with Java. So class, I have created class name is Happy Learning. Inside that class, I have main method, public static void main, string argument, then system.out.println. I am going to display message Happy Learning. If you run this program, so if I run this program, we'll get the output as happy learning because we are going to display happy learning message using system.out.println. This is simple program. Now I am going to implement inheritance concept. Okay, for that I have to create two classes. Now I am not going to use inheritance. Now I am going to create two class A. Okay, next one more class B. Okay, class B. So here what I am going to do, I am going to create a method. Example, class A, display method for class A, display A. Okay, display A. Then in that I am going to display message. I am going to, for your understanding, I am using only system.out.println. So here this is class A. Now again I am going to create one more method, void display B. Here I am going to use system.out.println. Here I am going to use class B. If you look into this program, I have a class called class A, another class B, then another class happy learning. In class A, I have a method called display A method to display message class A. Then in class B, I have only one method, display B, to display system.out.println class B. Then one more class, happy learning. Here I have main method. Main method is the starting point of the execution. So you should have main method. So public static void main. Now if you run this program, what will be the output? Output is happy learning only. We'll get the output as happy learning. So it is, the output is happy learning. Why? Because I have created two classes. I have defined two methods, display A in class A, display B in class B. But I didn't create object, I didn't call that particular method. Now what I am going to do, I am going to create object for method A. How will you create object? Class name, then object name. This is object for A is equal to new A. I have created object. I am going to create object for B. Object B is equal to new B. I have created object. I didn't call method. So what I am going to call the corresponding method using object. Object A dot. Name of the method is display A in class A. Okay, display A. Here I am going to use object B dot display B. Okay. Now, if you run this program, it will create object for class A. Through that object, we are calling display method in class A. Then I have created object for class B and I have called this method display B using that object. If you run this program will work. First it will display this, it will call this method. Inside that method we have class A, class B, then after that happy learning. This is without inheritance. Now what I am going to use, Suppose if I am using inheritance, that means I am going to make use of the parent class or existing class. Already class A is existing. I am going to use that property extends A. Extends A. Here no need to create object for A because object here I have used inheritance concept. So I extend class A. Now class A is superclass, class B is subclass. This subclass inherited all the properties and method behaviors of superclass, class A. So you can access display A. Instead of creating object for class A, okay, only I can create object for class B. Through this object, I can call superclass method. Object B dot method in class A. I am going to call method in class A. So if you run this program, we'll get the same output. See class A, class B and happy learning. I think now you understood what is the difference between the previous program and current program. Previous program we have created separate classes, then separately I have created object for both the classes. I called depends on the object created. Here I have created two classes, but second class extends that it derived, it inherited the properties of class A using extends A. Now, if you create object for class A, you can access, that means subclass can access the parent class method. Here I have created only one object for subclass. Through that class, I am accessing superclass method as well as subclass method. This is called inheritance. Using extends keyword, you can implement inheritance. Then types of inheritance. There are different types of inheritance. Different types of inheritance. So first one is single inheritance. Single inheritance. Then second one is multiple inheritance, a multi-level inheritance. Multi-level inheritance. Multi-level inheritance. Third one is multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance. Then fourth one is multi-level inheritance. That is single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, multiple inheritance, then hierarchical inheritance, fourth one. Hierarchical inheritance. Then fifth one is hybrid inheritance. Hybrid inheritance. There are 5 types of inheritance. Single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, multiple inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, hybrid inheritance. What do you mean by single inheritance? Single inheritance in the sense we have two classes. So class A and class B. Then class A will inherit the properties of the class B. That means subclass will inherit the properties of superclass. So example, this is class A. See, this is class A. If I draw like this is class A. Then one more, going to use class B. This is class B. I can create one more class, that is class B. So now this up arrow, that means class A is superclass, class B is subclass. So class B extends A. This is called single inheritance. Then next one is multi-level inheritance. So what do you mean by multi-level inheritance? It is like chain. It is like chaining action. Two or more classes. So we are going to inherit properties of superclass to subclass. Again that subclass to one more subclass. So here multi-level inheritance. So what do you mean by multi-level inheritance? Insert. Okay. This is class A, then one more class, to you, class B, class B, class B, class B, then one more class, that is chain of inheritance. We call it as chain of inheritance, class C. Okay. So how we are going to inherit? So class C inherit the properties of class B, then class B will inherit the properties of class A. Now class A is superclass for class B, then class B is superclass for class C. So how to write this syntax? So class A, have one class A, then class B, then class C. Have three classes. Okay, three classes. So class A, class B extends A, extends B. So class A is superclass for class B, then class B is superclass for class C. So through this class C object, you can access class B as well as class A. That is called multi-level inheritance. Then multiple inheritance. What do you mean by multiple inheritance? A single class can inherit more than one class. But Java does not support multiple inheritance. Java does not support multiple inheritance. So when we talk about single inheritance, this is example for single inheritance. Here what you can do, here can make this as class B. Okay, can make this as class B. So inside this, extends A. Then I can create object for this. Then I can access superclass method through subclass. Superclass method through subclass. Here I can have one more method. So in the main, obj b dot display b as well as display a. This is called single inheritance. Understood? This is called single inheritance. We have class A, then class B extends class A. Then after that, inside main, we have created object for class B through this class I am going to access class A method as well as class B method. No need to create object for parent class. Through child class we can access parent class method. This is called single inheritance. Then what do you mean by multi-level inheritance? This is called multi-level inheritance. We are having chain of inheritance. Class A, class B inherit the properties of class A, then class C inherit the properties of class B. So class A, class B extends A, then class C extends B. So I am going to create one more class here, class C. I'll change this as class B. Class B extends class A. Then I'm going to use this method. Display B. Here I'll write another method class. This is class B. This is class C. Okay. So here what I am going to do, I am going to create object for class C. This one extends class B. This is chain of inheritance. Class A, then class B extends class A, then class C extends class B. Here we have display A, display B and display C method. Here I am going to create object for class C. I am going to object for class C. So I am going to access all the three methods using this class C. Class C dot display A, then object C dot display C. Okay. Now if you run this program, you'll get the output as class A, class B, class C and happy learning. This is called multi-level inheritance. This is called multi-level inheritance. Then next one is multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance in the sense we have class A, okay, class A, then class B, then class C. So extends A comma B. That means multiple inheritance. I have class A, another class B. So I have class C. Extends this class C will inherit the properties of class A and class B. That means extends A comma B. But if you write like this, Java will give you compilation error. Java program will give you compilation error. Why? Because Java will not support multiple inheritance. Okay. Why Java is not supporting multiple inheritance? Suppose if you have method here, okay, in class A, I have method void display, okay. Here I have one more method, same method, display. One more method, display, same method name, okay. Here also I have same method name. So while multiple inheritance, if I am inheriting both the properties A and B, both have same method name, then how to access that particular method? So it will give you compilation error. So Java does not support multiple inheritance. Then how will you achieve multiple inheritance? You can achieve multiple inheritance in Java using the concept interface. We are not going to discuss interface, Java interface in this session. But Java will not support multiple inheritance. Then how will you achieve multiple inheritance in Java using the concept interface? using the concept interface in Java. Okay, then hierarchical inheritance. So what do you mean by hierarchical inheritance? When two or more classes inherits a single class. That means two or more classes inherit a single class. Two or more classes inherit single class. Inherit a single class. What it means? Suppose I have class A, then class B, okay, then class C. So now class A extends A, then class C extends A. So that means two or more classes inherit a single class. This is single class. Class A is single class. Two or more classes. Class B is one class C is another class. Both are inheriting a single class. Class A. Then I can have one more class. Two or more classes. D extends A. This is called hierarchical inheritance. So hierarchical inheritance, how it will look like? So hierarchical inheritance, this is called hierarchical inheritance. This is class A, okay, the structure. This is class B, class B, then class C, class C. So I can connect. See. I can draw like this. Okay, this is called hierarchical inheritance. Then last one is hybrid inheritance. Hybrid inheritance in the sense combination of multiple inheritance, multi-level inheritance, single inheritance, and hierarchical inheritance. So you can draw like this. Then one more diagram. So in this only, change. This is hybrid inheritance. So I can insert two more classes here. So that is called hybrid inheritance. This is one thing. Another class I can have class D. Then I can connect arrow like this. See, I can connect like this. Multi-level and hierarchical inheritance. We call it as hybrid inheritance. So here the demo. We have already discussed what is single inheritance, what is multi-level inheritance. This is multi-level inheritance. Multiple inheritance, hybrid inheritance. Multiple inheritance, Java does not support multiple inheritance. If you want to see the difference, that is multiple inheritance in the sense, here we have class B. If I give extends class B, comma, class A comma B. This is called multiple inheritance, but Java does not support multiple inheritance. If you run this program, you are getting error because extends A comma B. It's not possible. It's not possible because Java will not support multiple inheritance. Okay. Now, so you can change this. Next one is hybrid, that is hierarchical inheritance. This is hierarchical inheritance. This is hierarchical inheritance. Class A, we have single class. Two or more classes inherits a single class. So two or more classes inherits a single class. Here extends A. Again you can use extends A. Okay, class A, class B inherits the properties of class B, inherits the properties of class A, then class C inherits the properties of class A. So directly class C can access that method. That is called hierarchical inheritance. Okay. Then next one is hybrid inheritance, combination of all together you can use. This is about Java inheritance. So inheritance reusability, main concept of inheritance, why we are using inheritance, that is for reusability. We can reuse the fields and methods of the parent class in the subclass. So you can directly access with the help of subclass object. Okay. So here multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance. So if you want, we can execute the program. Here class A extends class A. Then with the help of class B object, we can access this display A. Then with the help of this class C also we can access display A method because that class C inherits the properties of class A. Then class B inherits the properties of class A. So thank you.